Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is a live recording of a full body flow, a 50-minute full body flow. So find a little bit of space to move and let's get started. Let's get started. We'll get started sitting down today. So make your way into a nice comfy seat. We'll move around a little bit here. So you could place your hands on your knees, letting your eyes close if you'd like. And then with a slow, deep inhale, start to bring some length into your spine. And as you exhale, start to turn your chest towards the right. Let's take a nice gentle twist, maybe moving your hands to the floor. One in front, one behind you. Maybe push into your fingertips a little, keeping your spine long. Just hold your twist for a moment. Your shoulders fall from your ears. And then use an inhale to bring your chest back to face forwards, nice and slow. And you can exhale over to the other side, maybe moving your hands again, one in front, one behind maybe. Or your hands might stay on your knees, your legs somewhere. But bring as much length into your spine as you can. Softening the shoulders. Take another breath. And then use an inhale to gently come back. So you're facing forwards. Your hands might come back to the knees or your lap. If you want to take a little shoulder roll, you could pull the shoulders up to your ears and then roll them back and down. And then we're going to do a little side stretch. So you could move your hands to the floor beside you now. Maybe just the fingertips. Lengthen your spine and then take an inhale. Start to reach your right arm out to the side. Maybe up, maybe over. You might push into your left hand just a little bit. Try to drop your right glute hip down into your mat. Lengthen through the side of your body. And then let's use an inhale to come back up, sitting tall again. Hands to the ground beside you if you'd like. You could sneak a shoulder roll in if you wanted to. And then as you take a big inhale, the left arm can reach out, up, over. Maybe spread your fingers nice and wide. Maybe push the ground away from you through your right hand. Drop your left glute a touch more. Nice work, you guys. Let a big inhale bring you back up through center. Your hands might come back to your knees or your lap. If you want another shoulder roll, take it. We're going to kind of combine those two, the twist and the side stretch. So start to turn your chest back over towards the right side. Just a little bit. Then your left hand might find your knee. And then your right arm can kind of reach out and up and over again. So kind of a little twist, little side stretch. If it doesn't feel good to hold on to your knee with your left hand, you don't have to. But maybe you're looking to the right side a little. And then let an inhale bring you back up. And then turn your chest to face forwards again. Maybe your right hand will find your left knee. Turn the chest towards the left a little. Add your side stretch if you want. Left arm reaching up, leaning over, maybe looking to the left side this time. Awesome work, you guys. Let's use an inhale. Find your way back up and then turn your chest so you're facing forwards again. If you want one more shoulder roll, take it. Maybe a second one. If your eyes are still closed, though, you can start to open them up. We're going to move into tabletop onto our hands and knees. So take your time. Once you get there, spread your fingers out wide. Maybe add a gentle rock or sway of your hips side to side. And then with an inhale, start to drop your belly down. Lift your chest, maybe your chin. Take an exhale. Start to round through your spine. Pull your belly in. Tuck your chin to your collarbone. Inhale as you drop your belly back down. Arch your back. Exhale, rounding through the spine. A little push into the palm. Open between the shoulder blades. One more breath here. Inhale, drop your belly. Lift the chest, maybe looking up. And exhale as you round. Nice job, you guys. Inhale back to a neutral place, just a long, flat spine. You can tuck your toes if they're not already tucked under. We'll lift our knees up and into downward facing dog. Taking a few moments. Maybe pedal the feet a few times. Maybe a little sway of the hips. Maybe a nice, slow, deep breath in and out. Just notice how you're feeling so far today. And then let's use an inhale. Start to look forwards. As you exhale, walk your feet all the way to the top of your mat. You can have your feet as wide as you'd like. Bend your knees as much as you want to as well, so that your upper body can just hang heavy. Your arms might dangle, or you could hold your elbows. If you want to add a little bit of movement here, you can do that too. Maybe tucking the chin a little closer to the collarbone. Bring some length into the back of your neck. Just notice again how you are feeling so far today. And to come up to standing, we might roll slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Maybe you can keep your chin tucking towards your collarbone the whole way up. But if you're going to go for that slow roll up to standing, bend your knees a lot. Let an inhale start to lift you. Think one vertebrae at a time. Let your chin stay tucked, your arms dangle heavy. Slowly roll like a rag doll all the way up. Once you're fairly tall and straight, your chin can lift away from your collarbone too. Roll your shoulders back and down. If you need to adjust your stance, you can move your feet a little bit. And then use an inhale to reach your arms up. As you exhale, fold forwards, nice and slow. Inhale into a half lift. Go for a nice long spine, maybe some nice bent knees. And exhale to fold again. Let an inhale bring you back up to standing. Reach up if you'd like. Maybe look up. And exhale to lower your arms down. If you want a shoulder roll, take a shoulder roll. Big inhale to reach up. And exhale to fold forwards. Inhale into your half lift. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale all the way up again. Reach up, stand tall. Exhale to lower your arms. Maybe one more shoulder roll. Make it slow, make it big. Inhale, let's reach up one more time. Exhale as you fold forward. Inhale, taking a half lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, come all the way up again. Reach out. Exhale, lower your arms down to your sides. Nice, you guys. We're going to stay standing, but we're going to step our left foot back a little bit. So think pyramid stance. Both of our legs fairly straight, just a short distance. Make sure your feet are out wide though, so that you're balanced. Hips, belly button, chest, everything's facing forwards. You could have your hands on your hips, or you could have your hands together in front of your heart if you'd like. But take an inhale to lengthen your spine, stand tall. Then as you exhale, we're going to slowly tip forwards. You can bend your front knee a little bit or keep the leg fairly straight, but you might start to feel a nice stretch through it. Maybe you come halfway down, maybe you don't come quite that far. But let an inhale lift your upper body slowly back up. Push into your front foot, push into your back foot. When you reach the top, start to tip back down. Push into both of your feet equally if you can. A little harder to do. Let an inhale lift your upper body slowly up. Just little bend through the knees. And then we can fold forwards one more time. This time, if you do want to release your hands maybe to the ground, or maybe let your chest go a little further, you can, or you can stay in that half lift. But just take a moment to really feel the stretch to your right leg here, your front leg. Whether you've got a nice big bend through it or it's pretty straight. Relax your upper body. And when you're ready to come up to standing, maybe start to lift your hands back in front of the chest or to your hips first. And then use an inhale and push into your feet to come all the way back up to the top. Your left foot can step up. You can give your legs a little shake if you need to. Before we switch sides, inhale, reach both of your arms up. Exhale as you fold forwards. Inhale, taking a half lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale to come all the way up to standing. Reach up. Exhale, lowering your arms down. You can start to step your right foot back when you're ready. Nice short stance. I want you balanced. Everything's facing forward still. Maybe the hands will find the hips or come together in front of your heart. But stay for an inhale, standing tall. And then let the exhale take you for a little tip forwards. Maybe just a little tip. Push into the feet. Slow and controlled movement here. Doesn't matter how far you tip forwards, but use an inhale to rise back up slowly. The exhale, bring you down again. Slow movement. Inhale to lift. Exhale to fold. One more. Inhale to rise. And then an exhale to come back down and maybe stay for a few moments. You can stay pretty high up, or maybe you're able to relax a little bit more. Just give yourself a chance to breathe wherever you've decided to go. Maybe you're getting a nice stretch through your legs. Maybe you're able to let your upper body get a little heavier. And if you are tipping forwards, your hands, maybe you're on the ground or on your leg. You might lift them back up to where they were, to the hips or in front of the chest, and then use an inhale, push into your feet to slowly rise all the way up. You can step your back foot to the top of your mat, give your legs a little shake if you need to. Roll your shoulders back and down, and then inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, take a half lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands. We're going to step back all the way into downward facing dog. Pushing into your hands. Send your hips nice and high. Take just another inhale. Let the exhale lower your knees down to your mat, tabletop. You can start to extend your right leg behind you. If you want to float your foot, you can float your foot. If you want to add your left arm, you can add your left arm. Look down. Find your balance. Breathe. Nice work, you guys. Let's see if we can bring our elbow and our knee together. A little crunch, a little squeeze of the belly, a little round of the spine. Inhale, extend back out. Exhale, pull it in if you want to take a little crunch, big crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, last one, squeeze. Inhale, extend, and then exhale. Bring your hand to your knee down, tabletop. Take a little rock of the hips if you'd like. Switch sides though. Left leg back, your foot can stay down or it can hover, up to you. Reaching your right arm out if you want to. And balance, breathe, look down. Soften, even though you might be concentrating nice and hard. If you want that crunch, for the first one, just see how close your knee and your elbow can come together. Squeeze your belly. Let an inhale extend you back out. Exhale, pull it in, kind of round your spine a little. Maybe tuck your chin towards your collarbone. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, last time to extend, and then exhale back into your tabletop. Maybe a gentle rock of the hips side to side. We're going to bring our knees out wide, big toes together, and send your hips back into child's pose. But before you get too comfy, we're going to move our arms a little bit here if you want to, or you can just relax in your child's pose. But we might take our left arm and tuck it underneath our chest. Maybe you can relax down, lay on your arm. If this isn't comfortable, it doesn't feel good, you can keep your arm reaching out in front, child's pose. Here just a little bit longer. If you feel good where you are, you might even try to rest your right cheek. So if your left arm is under your chest and you try to bring your right cheek down, it might change a lot of things. So it might feel good on your neck and shoulder. It might be too much, but just something to try if you want to. Maybe staying for just another breath. And then we can lift up, take the left arm, reach it back in front if you added it in. We'll switch sides, right arm sliding under the chest if you wanted to. Or maybe just enjoying a nice long pause in child's pose. And maybe you're going to add a turn of the left cheek down this time. Maybe not though. And take just one more breath wherever you happen to be. If you have an arm under your chest, you can start to lift and reach it back out in front. Your hips can come off of the heels. Your knees can come back into your tabletop. You want to move around a little. Rock the hips or the shoulders, eventually finding your way into downward facing dog. Lifting your knees, push into your palms, send your hips nice and high. And then let an inhale bring your gaze forwards. Exhale, walk up to the top of your mat. Once you get there, inhale into a half lift. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale to come all the way up to standing, reaching up. Exhale, lower your arms down to your sides. Take a shoulder roll if you'd like to take a shoulder roll. And then we're going to step our left foot back again. So we're going to set up that pyramid stance. A few more options. So left foot back, everything facing forwards, hands to your hips or in front of your heart. Push into your feet. Keep the legs on the straighter side of things, but nice little bends through the knees. Slowly tipping forwards. And this time I want you to find a place where you can stay. So maybe you're kind of at a 45. Maybe you're standing tall. Maybe you're going a little further than that. Push into your feet. Maybe a little sway of the hips to the left. Draw your belly button back towards your spine. And then use an inhale to slowly come all the way back up to standing. You can release your arms. You can step your back foot to the front. Switch sides. Right foot back. Adjust your stance. You're solid. You're strong. Lengthen the spine. You can stay standing tall. Push into your feet. You can start to tip forwards. Maybe just ever so slightly. Find a place where you feel your upper body, your core trying to help you, hold you up. Your legs are working here too. Doesn't look like much, but it feels like a lot. Push into the feet and then maybe try to send your hips, just sway the hips to the right, just a touch. And try to keep them there. We like to go out to the left side, send them to the right side. Feel that heat build through your legs, through your core. Use an inhale to slowly find your way back up. Nice job, you guys. Relax your arms, step your back foot to the top. Give your legs a little shake if you need. Shoulder roll if you want one. A big inhale to reach your arms up. With the exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, take a half lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Plant your hands. We're going to take our left foot back. Lower your knee down. Rest on the top of your back foot. Sink into a lunge for a moment. Feel the left hip. Soften the shoulders. We're going to start to find some length through our front leg. So you can send your hips back. Maybe walk your hands along your mat, lengthening through the front leg though. You can push the ball of your foot down into your mat, a little half split. If you want to point the toes up, you could do that as well. Maybe your toes are somewhere in between. But feeling the stretch through the back of the front leg. Keep your chest lifted or lower your chest down any amount. Just one more breath. And then using an inhale, bend back into your front knee, kind of walk your hands back towards the top of your foot. So you end up in your lunge again. We're going to heel toe the right foot off to the right side. Set up a lizard. So move your hands under your shoulders. Turn your toes out a little so you can sink into your hips even more. Just one more breath here. And then we're going to start to bring that right foot, the front one, back to the middle of our mat. Once you're in your lunge with your foot in the middle of your mat, sink into your hips again, that left hip flexor. It's feeling a lot of things. And then send your hips back. Lengthen through the front leg again, your half split. Maybe pointing your toes down, trying to push your foot into your mat. Maybe lifting them up. Whatever feels good on your leg, on your body. Awesome work, you guys. Just one more breath. And then use an inhale, bend into your front knee again, come back into your lunge. Tuck your back toes under. You could lift your knee if you wanted to. Take an inhale to look forwards a bit though. And then exhale, walk or step your back foot to the top of your mat. Inhale as you lift halfway. Lengthen your spine. Exhale to fold forwards. Inhale. Let's come all the way up to standing. Reach up. Exhale. Lower your arms to your sides. Skip the shoulder roll. Just take another inhale to reach up again. And exhale to fold. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale as you fold. We can plant our hands. Our right foot is going to come back this time, setting up our lunge. So let your knee come down, rest on the top of your back foot, and sink into the hips. Find that right hip flexor this time. Take a moment, try to soften your hips. And we're going to slowly find our half splits. So you might walk your hands on your mat, lengthen the front leg, decide what you want to do with your foot. Maybe you're not thinking that too hard about it. Toes up, toes down. Letting an inhale bring you back, bending the front knee back into your lunge. Find that right hip again. You can start to heel toe your foot off to the left side this time for your lizard. Foot out to the side, knee out to the side. Hands under the shoulders if you can, and sinking into the hips, softening into the hips just a little bit more. Just one more breath in your lizard. Then you can start to bring your foot back to the middle of your mat, heel toe. Take a breath in your lunge. Find your right hip again, your right hip flexor, and then send your hips back. One more half split. Lengthening the left leg. Nice soft knee, nice little bend. Let your next inhale bring you back into your lunge. Bend the front knee. Send your hips forwards a little bit. Maybe tuck your back toes. Maybe you'll lift the knee up too. But use an inhale to look forwards a little bit and exhale your back foot all the way up to the top of your mat. Inhaling into a half lift once you get there. Exhale to fold forwards. Inhale, let's come all the way up to stand and reach up. Exhale, lower your arms down. Skip the shoulder roll again, but a big inhale as you reach up. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, find a half lift. Exhale to fold. Plant your hands, step all the way back. Downward facing dog for just a nice deep inhale. Let the exhale bring your knees down to your mat. You can bring them out wide. You can start to set up your child's pose, legs, big toes together, knees out wide. You can start to melt your upper body down. You don't have to do anything fancy. You can just relax completely. But if you want to add a side stretch, we're going to walk our hands off to the left side first. Right hand, walk it away from you as much as you can so that when you do try to relax your upper body down, you can feel the stretch through that arm. Your left arm can really do whatever it wants to do. It can bend, it can relax, or it can stay just as long as your right one. But focus on lengthening the right side body. letting your head and your chest get as heavy as they're able. You're in the side stretch. Use an inhale to slowly lift. Look at your hands, walk them back to the middle. You go all the way over to the right side this time, focusing on that left arm. You walk the fingertips away off to the side. Do what you would like with your right arm, maybe melting the chest down, the head down. You're off to one side. Slowly start to make your way back to the middle of your mat. Let's melt our forehead down with both of our arms just reaching out in front. Let's take a moment to notice again. How are you feeling so far today? You're feeling good to move. You can lift your forehead, your chest, walk your hands in, and then scoot your knees back together as well. You might take a moment in tabletop. Rock of the hips if you want to, but we are going to sit down so you can cross your ankles, bring your legs out in front. We're going to start with our knees nice and bent. You might hold the knees or under the legs, or maybe lean forwards a little bit and give your knees a hug. But you can take a couple of rocks side to side if you'd like. You might even close your eyes, let your chin dip down towards your collarbone. We're just going to slowly be bringing some length into our legs. So if you want to stay where you are, you can, or you can start to walk the feet a little further out. You're holding your knees or your legs somewhere. Anytime you feel something through your low back, reset, lengthen your spine, sit tall. And then maybe you will tip forwards again. But maybe you will stay sitting tall. Let your low back decide what feels good for it. A long, tall spine or a forward fold. You can walk your legs or your feet even further. You can bring as much length into your legs as you'd like. And maybe you're pointing your toes up. Maybe your knees are bent, so you're pointing your toes down. You could be connecting the bottoms of the feet to the mat. But find your forward fold. We're going to spend a few moments here. So find a place where you're able to stay. You feel good in that place. You're able to breathe. Of course, you can move around in that place. But letting your shoulders fall from your ears, maybe your eyes can close. Feeling the length through the legs. Openness through the low back. We're gonna stay here a little bit longer, but we can turn things over. We can lay down on our backs. If you want to stay seated, you can stay seated. If you are feeling discomfort through your low back, come onto your back, lay down. Take your time. You might be lifting your feet up. You might keep your feet down. You can do a rock side to side, massage your low back. Maybe you will let your feet float a little higher. You can keep your low back down, or you could lift it up. So thinking of your forward fold, but now you're on your back. As you lift your hips up, we're opening up, we're creating space for that low back again. Might feel good. It may not be for you today. You could go all the way into plow. Maybe your toes hit the floor above your head. So whether you are still seated, whether you're on your back, we're gonna meet on our backs with our knees bent and our feet planted on our mat. So take your time, because as soon as you get there, you're going to be staying for a little bit. So there's no rush to move quickly. You can add some rocks side to side. Give your low back a massage. And laying on our backs, knees bent and feet planted. Few more moments to get there. Or to rock side to side. Once you have your knees bent, your feet planted, you're laying on your back. You can slide your arms out wide, weighing down the shoulder. You can start to let your knees fall over towards the left for a twist. Maybe you'll stack your legs on top of one another, across your legs, finding a twist. Staying on this side for another breath. And using an inhale to help you bring your legs back up, bending your knees, planting your feet. Pause before switching sides. Either be still or rock your knees side to side a few times, massaging the low back. Your knees can start to fall over towards the right side when you're ready. Setting up your twist. Take one more breath on this side. Letting an inhale help you lift your nice heavy legs back up. Bending your knees, planting your feet, maybe moving your arms to your sides though, or your hands to your belly. Add some gentle rocks of the knees side to side if you'd like. Option for either happy baby, or if you want to keep your feet down, maybe you'll make a diamond shape with your legs. Get into your hips just a little bit more. Happy baby, holding your knees or holding your feet. You might be rocking side to side or just being still. But let your eyes close if they are still open. Feel the back of your shoulders pressing into the ground. Decided to go into happy baby, you might start to make your way out. Maybe you'll come into that diamond shape with your leg. We could move our arms here, making a diamond shape with the legs and maybe a diamond shape with the arms if your fingers lightly touch above the head, palms facing up, elbows out to the side. Feel the back of your shoulders get heavier. If you're making kind of a diamond shape with your arms, to bring some space between your hands, slide your arms so that your elbows are shoulder height. So you're kind of in those cactus arms. Your palms are still facing up. And then maybe you'll keep moving your arms. Maybe you can keep the bend in the elbows, but just trying to move your elbows to your sides until you get to a point where your arms ain't moving anymore because your hands want to lift. Your chest might be trying to lift too. You can kind of go as far as you're able. And then you can bring the length into your arms. Maybe your hands can move by the hips now. Your palms might still be facing up, but your arms, your shoulders can relax more. And then one leg at a time. Send your legs out long. Your feet out wide. Relax your body. Make any final adjustments so that the way that you are laying down right now is effortless. Your arms are in a nice place. Your legs are too. Allowing your body to be still here. Feel your breath. And slowly start to move. Maybe that is in the form of a deep breath in and out. Maybe a wiggle of the hips or a wiggle of the toes. Maybe eventually finding a big stretch. You can bend your knees and roll over to one side whenever you're ready. We can find our way up into a comfy seat as well. Close your eyes one last time. Bring your hands together in front of your heart if you'd like. Awesome practice, you guys. Thanks so much for joining me today. Have a great rest of this beautiful Monday. I'll see you guys very soon. Namaste.